week, the market in a search of hope, silver linings, whatever they can find here is the questions. You know them as well as I do. The market at this moment down 100, trades 64.88. Welcome everybody to the closing bell. I am Dylan Radigan here on the floor of the exchange. Hi, Melissa.
Hi there, Dylan. I am Melissa Lee here at CNBC Global Headquarters in today for Maria Bartiromo. And as expected, the suspects in today's market as far as the downward pressure, financials down for the sixth straight day. REITs also adding to the pressures. S&P threatens to downgrade a number of them. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 1.6%. 104 points is the loss right now. 64.89 is the level. Over on the NASDAQ, Apple certainly a pressure there as JP Morgan cuts the sales estimates on that name. 1271 is your level there, down by 2 full percentage points. And on the S&P 500, we are seeing losses there as well. Of course, financials, we should note the XBD, Amex Broker-Dealer Index down by more than 4%. The S&P 500 is down.
Well, everybody believes that there's a rally coming. Very few people are actually positioned to take advantage of it. When I ask them, oh, so you think a rally's coming, how are you positioned? Well, I'm mostly in cash. Well, why are you mostly in cash? And the reason is nobody can afford to have another 10% down one. And by the way, we're down 7% on the week. So if you keep doing this and you keep moving down, eventually you're out of business. So they're all on the sidelines and afraid. So who's still selling that's out there? The biggest thing that I can see is that the retail people are continuing to sell. That's your average investor, okay? We had $30 billion in redemptions in mutual funds in 5 days ending on Wednesday. That's according to Trim Tabs. $30 billion, and this has been going on weekly for several months now. The institutions appear to be still holding. Those are the pension funds, by the way. Hedge funds, it depends on who you call. A lot of people are nervous, but by and large, I don't hear of massive redemptions in the last couple of weeks, although there was some in the end, towards the end of February. So there's what we got.
Financial freefall. The Dow plummeting 600 points.
What's going on in the stock market and the banks is a freight train.
A battered U.S. economy.
The need to tackle our deficits.
Leading an unstoppable global fear factor. Asian shares slammed. European markets pummeled. Oil down nearly 20% in a week. All triggering a rush to gold and America's downgraded debt. Tonight, the titans of the street and the global reach of CNBC, here to answer that critical question: is your money safe? This is a CNBC special report. Markets in turmoil.
With Melissa Lee and David Faber, welcome to our special coverage.
A frightening ride for your money to start the week. Every single stock in the Dow 30, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100 finishing the day lower. Some of those drops exceeding 20%, David.
And you know what else? The last time the Dow started in August this badly, this man, can you pick him out? Yeah, that's Grover Cleveland. He was the president of the United States the year 1896. Here's another very sobering statistic. The S&P 500 over the last decade, the last 10 years, is down now 5.4%.
So our mission...
Support over at the NASDAQ, the CEO of car rental company Avis Budget Group doing the honors there. We are looking at a lower open here, Jim, and you're making a good point in terms of a lot of these stocks are pricing in some very bad fall-offs in business. And if those fall-offs don't happen, then there could be upside to the stocks.
You know, I got a chance to speak to Cindy Haynes, Mark Haynes' widow. And we were talking about Mark Haynes, talking about this notion of this whoosh, this moment where there's a big capitulation. If Greece has this final denouement and the banks do take the hit, that could be the event that makes it so you have something that we finally realized was out there. We were talking about Caterpillar. Caterpillar's down 40 straight points. Can I tell you, can I be a butcher block and say, hey, I'll cash that night? No. But there'll come a whoosh moment where we will wish that we didn't, that we said buy it.
Jim, it is a pleasure to have you on Fast Money.
I am delighted to be here, Melissa.
What commodities specifically are you the most optimistic about going to 2012?
Well, Melissa, I'm not sure I'm optimistic about 2012 at all, and I'm certainly not optimistic about 2013.